You know, in the world of tech stocks, you don't often see a giant like Intel make a move that just completely stuns Wall Street. But, well, that's exactly what just happened. So today, we're going to unpack the wild story behind Intel's absolutely massive and frankly totally unexpected stock surge. Okay, first things first, just look at this number. 23%, plus 23% in one day. I mean, for a company as huge as Intel, that's not just a little bump. That's a full-on tidal wave. A move like that gets everyone to stop what they're doing and ask the exact same question. So yeah, what did just happen to Intel? That's the question on every investor's mind right now. What could possibly cause this kind of insane reevaluation of a company that's been around forever? Well, the answer isn't some crazy rumor or a tweet that went viral. Nope, it's hidden right there in the hard data. All right, let's get into it. To really get what caused this incredible jump, we got to look past the stock price and dive right into the numbers. And this whole story, well, it kicks off with just one single financial report.
And here it is. The catalyst? A complete blockbuster of an earnings report. Look, the market had its expectations, right? But Intel didn't just meet them, it absolutely shattered them. And that sends a huge signal to investors that, hey, maybe something fundamental is changing inside this company.
So what was so great about this report? It wasn't just one thing. The real story here was all about profitability. You know, analysts were expecting one thing, but Intel came in and delivered way better margins, especially in their big divisions like data center and PCs. And when a company's profits beat the forecasts by that much, it tells the market that the leadership isn't just selling more stuff, they're actually running a much smarter, more efficient operation. And that is what totally flips the switch for investors.
And wow, that huge wave of positivity did way more than just give the stock a good day. It was actually a pretty historic event. It's completely rewriting Intel's recent history on the charts and pushing it towards something really big, a record peak. And this is really the key takeaway here. That 23% jump, it wasn't just about getting back what they lost. No, it launched the company onto a totally new path. It puts them within striking distance of a new all-time high stock price. I mean, a historic milestone is now genuinely in sight. Just take a look at this. This chart really shows you how huge that one-day jump was. You can see the old record high over here, and then bam, look how much closer the price is now after the surge. That gap just got a whole lot smaller. A new record isn't just some fantasy anymore. It's a real, actual possibility now.
Okay, but let's be real. A great earnings report can just be a one-off thing, right? It's just a snapshot of the last 3 months. The real question, the one that matters for the long term, is always, what's next? And for Intel, that conversation is all about one thing, a massive bet-the-company kind of move on the future of AI.
And this really sets the stage for the next chapter of Intel's story. The earnings got them to this point for sure, but the big question now is, can AI drive it even higher? Can their whole artificial intelligence strategy be the engine that pushes this thing into record territory? So what does this AI bet actually mean? Well, it's a super high-stakes play to become one of the key hardware companies for the entire AI revolution. We're not just talking about the regular CPUs in your computer anymore. This is about creating specialized, super high-performance chips. You might have heard of their Gaudi accelerators that are built to go head-to-head with NVIDIA, training and running these gigantic AI models. This market is unbelievably lucrative, and Intel is basically betting billions that they can grab a big piece of it.
Okay, so when you put all the pieces together, what does it all mean? Let's quickly break down the main takeaways from this whole explosive situation and what it might mean for what's coming next.
So here's the story so far. Step 1, Intel drops a surprisingly great earnings report. Step 2, the stock just explodes, surging an incredible 23%. Step 3, now the company is on track for a potential record high. But all of that, that's looking in the rearview mirror. The real story, the one that's going to define Intel for the next decade, is what happens now. And their ability to keep this going pretty much all comes down to how well they can execute in the super competitive world of AI. Which, leaves us with the billion-dollar question that every single investor is asking right now. Is this a real fundamental turning point for a tech giant fighting its way back to the top? Or was this just a really good quarter, a temporary bright spot in a much longer fight? The answer to that, well, it's going to be written in the actual silicon of their next generation of AI chips. Subscribe to Extreme Finance Decode channel.